What's up, Fros? Welcome back to this channel. I'm Natasha, aka Fro Overflow, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you all through how I moved from Southwest Florida to Dallas, Texas. I'm hoping by the end of this, you will gain some type of knowledge or tips for your future move to whatever city you're thinking, not just Dallas. And if you do stick around, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe by the end of the video while we just get right into the video. First and foremost, I think that if you're moving to any city outside of your hometown, I strongly believe that there should be purpose or reason behind it. My purpose or reason behind moving to Texas was a church that I fell in love with about 2-3 years ago, and it was history since then. Also, Dallas is known for having lots of opportunities. I've just always heard that it's easy to get a job here. I beg to differ, but that'll be another video. Also, another thing that drew me to the city would be the diversity that it offers. It was just a lot more diverse than the city that I came from. All this to say that I hope that there is purpose or reason behind the city that you choose in particular. Number 2 is visit the city that you're interested in before moving. That's just my advice. I visited after I was pretty much sold on the idea of moving to Dallas. That could be the case for you. You may be sold on a city, just haven't seen it yet, but you know you're gonna like it. That's where I was, but I did make sure to visit before actually moving. Just get a feel for it. For the streets, for the highways, for the environment, nightlife, day life, all that. After visiting is when I started apartment hunting. Now, depending on who you are and how you like to get things done, I've seen YouTube videos that suggest getting a relocator to find your apartment because there are tons of apartments in these cities. I decided to do the work myself. I don't remember why, but I did take it upon myself to go on apartments.com. Disclaimer, I don't know if this is the best way to do it. That's just how I did it. I went on apartments.com, narrowed the search down to my budget, literally wrote down all the apartments that popped up that had the amenities that I wanted. I wrote them down based off of the reviews as well. And after that, I looked up each and every area. The specific website that I used was niche.com. And it basically gives the city a letter grade as to the safety of it and the schools around it. Just an overview of the city, basically. From there, I narrowed my options down to maybe 5 or 6 apartment complexes. This is when I made my visit number 2. I had the plans to go visit the apartments that I narrowed my options down to. This time I went with my family and I made sure to call each and every one of the apartments and organized a schedule for tours. It went pretty smoothly. Do note, if you are scheduling a bunch of tours, they don't last that long. I wasn't sure how long they would last. 30 minutes at most is what I would give the time frame, maybe 30 minutes to drive to the next apartment complex. But my tours were super short, especially the ones that were not impressive. So after visiting all my apartment options and getting a tour of each apartment, I went back to the apartment that I favored and I ended up applying for that. I don't even know the term, I'm sorry, but I think the term would be applying for the lease. Signing the lease? I don't know. Sorry. Don't quote me. If you know the process, then you know the process. But I ended up trying to seal the deal on the apartment that I favored that same day. Flew back to Florida and kept in touch with the property managers from phone and email from there. And it wasn't anything much needed from them besides a job. I feel like the dynamic between getting a job and getting an apartment in a new city is the most annoying thing that I had to deal with, because you need the job to get the apartment, right? But you also need the apartment and the address to secure the job. So it was just so difficult. Unless you have like insiders or your foot in the door someplace in a company that wants you, people are not just gonna hire somebody that might move here, that doesn't have a secured address, and that is not starting as soon as possible. That's starting in a couple months. That was just a difficult pill for me to swallow, and it did cause me a little bit of stress. What I decided to do, and this is not the best way to do it, but it's just the way I did it, was I searched on Indeed for an immediate hire job. I found an Amazon warehouse job that was hiring as soon as you did your drug tests and your background check. So what I did was visit a third time just for a day and a half, literally, to go to that drug test and background check. I got the email saying that I was hired. I emailed that to the apartment property managers, flew back to Florida, and never went back to the Amazon job. I don't think that's the noblest, if that's a word, way to do things, but I had my back against the wall, and that's the only thing I could think of, and it worked, thank God. Now, as my move-in date was getting closer and closer, I made the executive decision to start ordering my furniture. I already had an Amazon wish list of the furniture that I wanted, and I decided to order my sofa, my coffee table. Yeah, that's literally it. I ordered that a week before my move-in day, and I thought I was genius for this, but don't do what I did. I mean, you could, but it came with a lot of stress and anxiety because I just don't know who I was living around. I don't know my neighbors, and that's where the stress came in. I just was calling the apartment office almost every day, asking them if they would please put my furniture inside my apartment for me because Amazon did ship a lot earlier than I wanted it to. So take note of that. I would, if I were you, order my stuff in maybe the day before or 2 days before your move-in day, especially if it's from Amazon. In terms of getting my stuff from Florida to Texas, my car, my clothes, my whatever else, I literally packed up my car and drove here. Not just me, but there were 4 of us in the car. 3 drivers, 18 hours, didn't sound that bad. There are other options to get your car here. Getting your car shipped here, at least my quote was around $900, and I kept getting advice saying that driving would be cheaper. So that's what I ended up doing. I packed up all my clothes and books and a little bit of my room decor in 3 big boxes, 1 suitcase, and a carry-on. That's what I had. My brother, my cousin, and my mother had their stuff in 2 other suitcases, which we placed on top of the car in a cargo carrier that I got from Amazon. I'll link it down below. And then my 3 big boxes fit into the trunk, and I did have a couple things in the back seat with whoever was sitting back there. It was a little tight, but it was not bad at all. And the drive was smooth. 3 drivers made it easy. All in all, it was not too bad getting here. So depending on what city you're coming from and where you're trying to go, you can make that judgment on whether driving would be the best bet for you. That wraps up this video. I hope it helps. I hope you gained something from it. If you made it this far, you know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll just catch you in the next video. Bye.